Hello, everybody. Kick It Podcast here with the Wrestling Goes Real Extra. I don't do a lot of these on video and put it on audio for everybody out there, but I'm going to put this out tonight because this is an important story. And I'll probably put this out during my Wrestling Goes Real podcast for this Wednesday going into Thursday, but I'd rather put my comments out now for everybody to check out, given everything that's been going on over the weekend. Hashtag speaking out. This story has gotten some real legs, and I can't believe how much has been said about it. So I'm going to bring up a story that Sports Illustrated put out about this that really tells the whole story, because one thing I wanted to make sure to do was wait till everything came out, because I know it's been going out since, Wednesday? And so we're seeing all this blowback coming back, all these different wrestlers commenting, it's this wrestling's Me Too movement. It has been discovered. I don't know what really started this, but we are here now. I'm going to tell you that I wasn't surprised by some of this. I kind of figured some of this was probably happening. Didn't know we would ever get to the point where we have a Me Too movement like this, where we started hearing all this going on. Now, before I get into the story, I'm imagining what's happening is that in the last decade, women's wrestling becoming legitimized. Because we know what it was. Everybody looked at Give Divas a Chance and look at the divas, how women were being used before. I mean, there was obviously wrestling promotions that were going on, and you were seeing the increase and the ability, the sportsmanship, the technique, the work rate of the women was getting a whole lot better, because that's what was going on. And let's be honest, women have elevated wrestling, pro wrestling, for what it is today. It might not be the same in New Japan Pro Wrestling, but when it comes to American wrestling, women have made a difference. A big difference. When you look at who's out there. I mean, every roster on television, except for MLW, because they really haven't had a time to go and really build that up yet. They were starting to, but it's been a slow start. But everybody right now, every major promotion, AEW, Ring of Honor, WWE, Impact Wrestling, they've all got tremendous female talent. Very good. And we're seeing what the change is. I mean, we see Tessa Blanchard still holding the Impact World title in Impact Wrestling. And you see some of the other women that are in that division in the knockouts, from Taya Valkyrie to Jordan Grace. Fantastic talent. And WWE is a treasure trove of talent. Everybody. You got Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch before she decided to, before maternity leave. Ronda Rousey coming in. Shayna Baszler, Rhea Ripley, Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, Asuka, goes on and on. Fantastic talent. And then AEW, you look at Britt Baker and Hikaru Shida. You see an improvement in Nyla Rose. I actually starting to like her work. And there's a whole lot there. Riho, I mean, come on. Good stuff. NWA's got some great talent. And I'm telling you, it's just, there is an intimidation. I think there is a fear of guys losing their spot, because we know that women's wrestling is getting a much bigger role across the board, and we're seeing many more women's wrestlers getting top spots. So there was already a limit on the top spots there were, but let's be honest, there's a lot of main event spots that are now being occupied by women. To WWE's credit, they really have been on the forefront of doing that. And then we're seeing what they're doing now with Impact Wrestling, letting Tessa Blanchard run with the belt. And a long-time run as champion. It's what it is. So wrestlers shedding light on the industry's toxic culture was speaking out. Dan Gartler reports this. So let's get into this. First of all, we have is a growing movement is shedding light on sexual, physical, and emotional abuse inflicted by and upon members of the wrestling industry. So using the hashtag speaking out, many prominent female wrestlers are commending those who have come forward to share their experiences. Kelly Klein with Ring of Honor, former Ring of Honor World Champions, made her point. Allie from AEW, Tainara Conti, formerly of NXT, Kylie Ray at Impact now, and many others. So here's the names we got so far that we definitely know about. So there's at least 3 male WWE wrestlers accused of misconduct against women. Jordan Devlin is a major name. He wrestles for the NXT UK brand and was recently the Cruiserweight champion until travel issues related to the pandemic forced him to drop the belt. He was accused of physical abuse by a woman who shared photos of her bruised body. So WWE, and they made a statement about this, and they did say that, they're looking into the matter. And here's what Pro Wrestling Sheet put out here in terms of that. Individuals are responsible for their own personal actions. WWE has zero tolerance for matters involving domestic violence, child abuse, and sexual assault. Upon arrest, talent is suspended. Upon conviction, talent is terminated. And their ability to fine, suspend, or terminate a talent will not be, however, limited or compromised in any manner in the event incontrovertible evidence of such illegal misconduct is presented to the company. So we know right now, Progress Wrestling has indefinitely suspended Jordan Devlin and Travis Banks due to claims made by them on social media, and others in the NXT UK brand have also been brought against them. And according to a BBC reporter, West Yorkshire police have confirmed they are carrying out initial inquiries regarding some of the allegations of abuse in the UK. So the UK has gotten a big point of this. Back to Sports Illustrated. Another one, Candy Cartwright is claiming that Matt Riddle, who's now on WWE's SmackDown brand, accused him of pressuring her into performing sex acts while in a van with other wrestlers in 2018. Riddle, in direct messages on Twitter to a British YouTuber whom he had previously been interviewed by, denied the allegation and accused Cartwright of harassing him. And in Delray Beach is a lawyer that Matt Riddle has, I guess, either a retainer or he acquired. They're exploring the possibility of legal action against Cartwright, saying that she has been harassing him. Strong case. Strong case of the fact that the lawyer was the one that made a statement on behalf of Matt Riddle. We saw that out there. There's a third person right now was also accused from WWE by a woman on Twitter making repeated unwanted sexual advances at a 2014 New Year's Eve party. And also another one with a big claim who's been a long-time wrestling personality, Jim Cornette, and his wife Stacy have been accused on multiple counts of acting inappropriately with wrestlers. Independent wrestler Phil Early alleged that Cornette, when he was in OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling, which was a developmental territory for WWE, he had novice wrestlers pressured into performing sex acts with his wife, many times with Cornette watching. Gross. In exchange for opportunities. During an argument on Cornette on Twitter in March, Joey Janela of AEW alluded to a hot tub party like the ones you and your wives used to have with the OVW boys. So that's why Joey Janela and Jim Cornette are definitely at each other's throats. And Jim Cornette has had many things to say about Joey Janela, just bashing him for being a performer and what he does in the ring. That's been out there. Majority of the wrestlers being accused for misconduct by women using the speaking out hashtag work in the UK. On Wednesday, prominent independent wrestler David Starr, whose real name is Max Barsky, an American who was a fixture in British wrestling, was accused of sexual abuse by a woman whom he had been in a relationship with. And several promotions cut ties with Starr after the allegations. So this is going on a lot right now, and we're hearing a lot about it. And I don't know what's going on here, but this is... Who knew that we had all this going on? David Lagana, who was the vice president of NWA, has also been let go because he's also had allegations. Joey Ryan and Jack Gallagher have also been given the same thing. MLW firing Mark Adam Haggerty, their recent public address announcer, after allegedly sending inappropriate messages to a 15-year-old. This is so bad. And we're also hearing Velveteen Dreams getting the accusations. What is going on here? Again, what I said at the beginning, I think it holds true. I think a lot of these wrestlers, they're intimidated by the women that are coming on board. And then there's just other stuff that's just going on. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, there's power plays being put out. That's why Jim Cornette did what he did. We know that stuff in the locker room has been going on for a long time. There's been a lot of sexist stuff. We know that's been going on. But now it's getting called out. And I don't know what the wrestling industry is going to do as a whole. I know wrestling Twitter has been at it for days right now. They're at it about everything. Everything can be an outrage. And so this is, no question here at all. This is not good. Not good at all. And it's a shame to see this happen. Because we don't know if all these accusations are all true. Can't claim them all to be true, but they're all coming out. And every time we see somebody, they're all of a sudden, they have to go and come off. So Jack Gallagher right now, not even a mention. He's been erased from existence. And Joey Ryan, who's now getting a good spot over at Impact Wrestling, he has to go and comment about this, and he had to go and respond to the allegations as well. What's going on here, man? These problems, this all happening right now is just a big black eye to the ongoing thing of professional wrestling as a whole. And here we are once again. So Joey Ryan, he says there are multiple, in Ryan's case, there are different people that have been accusing him. So here's what we got so far. Here is Joey Ryan giving an apology. It looks like a statement and an apology. So he says this. I'm going to pull this up on Twitter for everybody to go and check out. I've been watching with all of you as the Speak Out movement has spread across the internet. By the way, he's doing a thing called cancel culture as his gimmick right now in Impact Wrestling. Well, here we are. Truth comes to life, or gimmick comes to life. I've been contemplating how to respond to everything that has unfolded in the last 3 days. This is an important topic and it truly deserves the time it is getting, even if it's uncomfortable. After speaking with my attorney, I've been advised not to respond to any specific allegations at this time. Truth of the matter is, I do not want to spend time dissecting which parts of the story are true, which parts are different from what I remember, and which things are being sold or outright false. It's important for me to use this platform to take a responsibility and not attempt to minimize the feelings of anyone that was hurt by me in order to save face. So instead, I want to take this opportunity to publicly share some parts of my private life with everyone. So we know about his gimmick before cancel culture and where we got. He mentions 2 years ago his ex-wife and him separated. Separation impacted him greatly, and he began to reflect on the person he had been previously to it. And during self-reflection, I was not proud of what I saw. He entered counseling in October 2018, still attends every week to this day. He had been on prescription meds, been working every day for nearly 2 years to be a person that respects not only people's boundaries, but respects people. If you felt like that you were a person that I did not treat with respect, I apologize. Aside from this post, I have been reaching out to some people involved, and we've had positive interactions that started the healing process. He also says, I've worked hard to make wrestling a safe and welcoming place for everyone. I will make up for my shortcomings by working hard in the future to continue to do that. With all the different social movements happening right now, we need to take this opportunity to learn and listen and continue to strive every day to do better. Well, the platitudes are nice. And he's obviously going to get some kind of who knows what's going to happen to him as a result of all this. But when this is all said and done, this is just, I don't know what they're going to talk about all this, but this is just a rough spot for everybody. I don't know what all these guys were thinking if they were going to be able to go and get away with this, guys and gals. But it sounds like it's mostly men that were doing this. And again, abusing Jimmy Havoc, being very abusive to his ex-girlfriend. Now he's going in for counseling, or he's going into rehab. This is just shameful. This is the time where everybody's very ultra-sensitive. And everything's coming out in the open. So for this to come out now, I'm not surprised. But I didn't know there was this much level of just misbehavior and misconduct that was to such a degree. I can't believe it's gotten this far. It's just a shame. And I feel bad as a wrestling podcaster and as a fan to see this happen. And to all the women out there, I can't believe it. It's bullshit. None of you deserve it.